So when my kids were little, my favorite part of the day was coming home at the end of a long day of work and walking through the door and being greeted at the door by these happy, smiley faces that are so excited that their dad has come home at the end of the day. They couldn't wait to talk to me about what they had experienced that day. They would climb up in my lap and give me great big hugs. It was the best time of the day. But something happened. As they grew up, they became less and less excited about me coming home at the end of the day. But there's one thing in my household that is still excited when I come home at the end of the day, and that's my dog Sadie. She's a beautiful black lab, and no matter what, she's always excited to see me. She always just wants to be around me. And so when I come home at the end of the day, my faithful dog is always there to greet me. And it made me think about this text out of John chapter 4, where Jesus has met a woman who's drawing water from a well in an area called Samaria. And normally Jews and Samaritans, they don't have contact with one another. But she asks him some questions. They have a little bit of a dialogue, and you can read the whole story there. But I want to kind of just tune into this one phrase or this one statement that Jesus makes to this woman. She's asking him, where should we worship? See, our fathers, the Samaritans, say we should worship over on this mountain. And the Jews say, no, we need to go to the Temple Mount to worship. Well, where should I bring my worship? And Jesus says, I think you're asking the wrong question. It's not where you should worship. It's how you should worship. And this is what Jesus says to her in John chapter 4, verse 23. He says, the hour is coming and now is here when true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father is seeking such people to worship him. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And where's the connection, you might say, to this text in Jesus with the Samaritan woman drawing water from a well and my dog greeting me at the end of the day? It's because that word worship in the Greek, when you take that word and you break it apart, it's actually a compound word in the Greek language. And it's proskuneo, which when you break those two words apart, there's pros, which means toward, and then the word kuon, which is the Greek word for dog. And so literally what the word worship means is like a dog that is towards you, or like a faithful dog that is towards you. Many Bible scholars and commentators believe that really what is being spoken of is the act when your dog comes and will lick the master's hand, will sit at the master's feet and will lick and greet the master by licking the master's hand. And so the word really, what it truly means in the Greek language is that we should worship God like that. We should be excited to be in the presence of our master. We should be excited to pull into his presence, to come into his presence, to sit at his feet, to take a moment and to worship him, even licking his hand. Such an act of adoration, such an act of appreciation, such an act of worship. And so my question to you today is, the longer maybe you've been walking with the Lord, I don't know where you're at spiritually today, but maybe your worship has become dry. Maybe your worship is not quite as intimate as it used to be. My challenge to you is to get back to this place where you would worship God like that, where you would worship God like my dog is waiting to greet me when I walk in at the end of the day, that you can't wait to be in the presence of the Lord, that you can't wait to spend time with Jesus, that you want to sit at his feet, that you want to soak him in, that you just want to be wherever he is at. The scripture says there that God is seeking for those who will worship him like that. And if you feel far from God today, can I suggest to you that maybe the quickest way for you to get back into the presence of the Lord is just to begin to worship wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. As you're even listening to these words, just begin to worship the Lord. It's much easier, isn't it, for the Lord to find you than for you to find the Lord? And God is looking for people who will worship him like that. I really do believe that if we begin to start worshiping God with that kind of heart attitude, that the Lord will find us. And as the scripture says in James, if we draw near to God, he will draw near to us. He's just waiting, watching, hoping that there'll be someone that will greet him like that at the end of the day, greet him like that in the middle of their day. Would you just worship the Lord today and allow him to draw close to you? Have a blessed day, my friends.